Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Alrighty,
Okay, hello everybody.
there we go. We're in, we're in, we're in.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh,
right, guys, good afternoon. Welcome to our 2 o'clock webinar. This is Cathal here. I'm a teacher in Milano Meravigli. I'm Irish, and I am very sorry you can't see my face because my internet connection is not so good at the moment. So I have to do without the camera, unfortunately. But I'm here with my colleague.
Anika? Yeah.
Yep.
So my name is Anika. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm 31 and I'm also a teacher in Mayas Mervili. Hi, Katarina. Oh, I'm sorry. Her name is Livorno. So she says, I'm Livorno, not so far from Pisa. It takes 20, 30 minutes by car. Nice, nice. It's always good to
She's
know where
in
you...
Livorno.
Oh, in Livorno, I'm sorry. I'm a little crazy today. I don't know why. So, Katerina, thank you for your comment. So, it's always nice to know where you are, who you are. So, please comment down
Yeah,
below. Introduce yourself.
Katharina is a regular. I feel she's come to many of our 6 to 7 focus activities. It's great.
Oh, great.
So yeah. So today we are talking about film reviews. So I kind of thought maybe this is something that you've done already before, you've seen before with other teachers, but I think it's quite a good topical um, subject to talk about, just because I mean, with with the current situation, everybody's going to be surely going through everything that they have on Netflix or Amazon Prime or the new Disney Plus that's come out. So maybe people will be watching lots of films at the moment. So good to have some vocabulary and an ability to talk about them, I guess.
Sure. I think it's a great idea to watch a lot of films during this period.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Katerina. Do we have anybody else? Anyone else? As Anika has written there, please introduce yourselves. Please tell us where you're from, what school, maybe where you're from in Italy as well, or France, or Spain. Maybe if you're joining us from our Valencia or Leon schools. So please let us know. All right.
Yeah.
So today we are talking use, as I said, we're going to be using the past simple past there. We're going to be describing films and writing a film review. So
Mhm.
let's go to the first slide here. Okay. So, guys, when we are having a conversation or a discussion about films, these are kind of the typical questions that we ask. These kind of 5 questions. Now, obviously, these questions are not fully formed yet. We don't have the full questions. We don't speak to people by just saying last film, who with, where, when, your opinion. We need to have like a full question there. So maybe guys, can you tell us what is the like the full complete question for these 5 different points? The last film, who with, where, when, your opinion. So remember, we're talking about the past, so we need to speak
Mhm.
about these using the past simple. So maybe Anika, can you tell me about the last film that you saw?
Oh, yes. Um, it was, I think, 2 days ago. I saw the film Castaway. It wasn't the first time I watched it.
Oh,
I saw that a long time ago, so I kind of repeated that. It's funny I watch it because I kind of
mm-hmm.
feel like the character of the film. Have you seen the
Yeah,
film?
isolated. Yeah,
Yeah,
completely isolated, and all you have is like an inanimate object as your friend,
yeah,
like a tennis
yeah.
ball or football in that regard.
Yeah, I actually have a little like a ball, like a volleyball, and I was thinking of drawing some faces and start talking to it. Okay, so if you
Uh,
guys have watched the movie Cast
very
Away,
good.
it's really nice. Let us know if you have watched Cast Away. So maybe if it's translated to Italian, it has a really completely different title.
Yeah,
So,
I know that like a lot of films seem to have different like names and stuff.
hmm,
For like going from English to Italian. I only realized there that um, I'd say it's The Sound of Music. I think The
hmm.
Sound of Music is
Ah,
like literally the translation into Italian was
mhm.
altogether passionately. I think like tutti
Yeah, it's so
insieme.
different.
I don't know what the whole title is, but all
Oh,
I know is
okay.
that that is how it's translated. I was like, that's really strange to hear. Like, Sound of Music
Yeah,
is that? It was crazy.
yeah, it often happens. I've
Mad.
noticed that as well.
Oh,
So,
nice,
Katerina,
Katerina. Very good.
so 2 evenings ago, I saw an interesting documentary about Venice by night. I saw it at home with my parents. This sounds familiar. Maybe I heard Katerina say that another time. Oh, that's not, I
Yeah.
think I have seen that documentary, if it's about the one about environmental impact on Venice. Not sure if it's the same one.
Oh,
Have you seen any
okay.
documentaries on Venice, Cathal?
No, I haven't seen it. Or maybe is it on Netflix or is it on one of the streaming services? Because I don't
I
think I
saw it
have
on
seen it.
YouTube actually.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Hmm.
wow, I might search for it now after the lesson. Yeah, that might be my evening this evening to watch that.
Yeah, it's a good one, good one. Pretty
Yeah,
sad,
why
but good.
not? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of
Well,
course. But yeah, it could be interesting to watch.
yeah. Well, while we're waiting for the students to give us the questions, maybe we can also explain the quasi rule.
Yes, the quasi rule, something that we're all very,
Yeah.
very familiar with, or should be familiar with at this stage. Um, we all love it, I'm sure.
It's certainly easy to remember it because it's similar to a word in Italian.
Yeah. So, what is the quasi rule, Anika?
So, quasi rule is basically a formula which stands for different things. So, QU, the first part, stands for question word. So, when you
Okay.
structure a question, you first write the question word. For example, words like what, where, who, how. That actually, words that actually imply that you're asking for something. The second thing you put after the question word is the auxiliary verb. So auxiliary verbs can be either do or does, or it could be a verb to be. Okay, so if your infinitive is a verb to be, you use verb to be as the auxiliary, or for any other verbs, you say do or does. Uh, for the past tense, you say did. Yeah, so do or does for the present, did for the past. And after auxiliary, you put the subject. S stands for the subject, which means it could be I, you, he, she, they, or Cathal, Anika, me and her, things like that. And at the end, you have infinitive of the verb. I stands for infinitive. So, for example, a question could be, where do you live? Or where did you live, since we're talking about the past? Where did
Mm,
you live last year? A very common example of where with where, which is the auxiliary. I'm sorry, it's a question word. Did is the auxiliary, you is the subject, and live is the infinitive.
nice. Okay. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good. Okay, Katerina here. Okay, so it wasn't on Netflix. It isn't on Netflix, but it was on Rai. I'm assuming that's Rai too.
Ah,
And it was told by, oh, okay, Alberto
ah,
Angela. Oh, yes. So we wouldn't say it was told by, like obviously that's a story. So yeah, you could say the story was told by. But
mhm.
if it was as like a documentary, usually we use a different word for that. We could say it was narrated by Alberto Angela. So narrated. To narrate something is to like comment on something and explain the story, tell the story.
Cool.
But yeah, like you could say me a story. However,
Hmm.
like whenever I
Hmm.
watch documentaries, usually in English, it's by like Morgan Freeman or David Attenborough. These guys have like accents I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, I love Morgan Freeman. His voice is like, yeah, it really is calming.
Yeah. So yeah, very good, Katarina. Nice. You used the correct
Hmm.
question structure for this. So yeah, the last film.
Yeah.
Anytime we see like the last film, last restaurant, last like event, anything like that, we use the auxiliary verb to be. So what was the last film you saw? So it's excellent, excellent
Excellent.
use there. Oh,
Yeah.
and the next one as well. She said it as well. Who did you see it with? Perfect. So yeah. So you put
Very
the
nice.
preposition with goes to the end of the question. So who did you see it with? Because if you say with who did you see it, it's kind of strange. It's quite old English. That's a quite an old style English question. With who did you see it? It's kind of a strange one for us to hear. Where did you see it exactly? Katerina is on a roll here.
Yeah.
Where did you see it? Very good. Very, very good. So yeah, where did you see it? Now we've got question 4 and 5 as well. We still need to ask those questions. But if
Yeah.
we use the same structure, we could probably just say, yeah, when did you see it? Very good, Katerina. Nice.
Hmm.
Very, very nice.
You may also want to answer the questions like what was the first last film you saw? Who did you see it with, and so on.
Very good, very good.
What
The
about
last
you,
one then,
Cathal?
when we're talking about opinion. Oh, me?
Yeah.
What was the last film that I saw? I've watched so many over the last couple of days that I can't remember what was the last film that I saw. But I think yeah, the most recent one that I can remember was a movie called Atlantis, The Lost Empire. So this is like an old Disney film, like an animated film,
Hmm.
which I saw first when I was a child, and I have the old video cassette for it in Ireland, but
Hmm.
obviously I did not bring it with me here to Italy, so I have not
Hmm.
watched it for a while.
Hmm.
And it was really cool because I downloaded Disney Plus and I was able to watch it, so it was really really cool,
Nice. Yeah, I
very
don't think
exciting.
I've seen that before. I have to watch that. Atlantis.
Yes, Atlantis, the
Nice.
Lost Empire.
Yeah.
It's quite a funny film as everything else, but very good.
Yeah, I'm writing
Katerina,
it down.
nice. Yeah, what was your opinion about the last film you saw? Oh, wow, fantastic. Yeah.
Yes,
Or
cool.
you could say, what was your opinion, or what did you think about the film?
Yeah, it's definitely more common. What did you think about it?
But yeah, very good, very good. So you mentioned the last film that you saw, Anika,
Hmm?
and tell me, who did you see it with? Who did you watch Castaway with?
I watched it on my own because
Uh,
yeah, I'm all on my own at home right now. But that's okay because the film kind of helped me uh, survive. I could relate to the film. It was a really nice
okay.
story, by the way. It's about this guy who worked for FedEx, and so he used to go on a business travel very often, business trips very often. So one time there was like a plane crash, and he ended up in this island all on his own for some years, and that's his story. So I don't want to give you any spoilers. So it's really, really nice. I think it won an
Yes, please, no
Oscar,
spoilers.
didn't it?
I don't know if he won an Oscar for it, but I would hope so, given that it was such a great
Yeah,
performance.
his acting was amazing.
Mm. So this phrase that you just said, no spoilers,
Yeah.
because you mentioned it there. What does that mean when you say no spoilers?
So no spoilers. A spoiler is when you give away something, when you say something about a film that someone hasn't seen yet. So if you say those things, it will, I mean, you don't want to know what happens. You know, you want to find out by yourself. So if I already tell you what happens in the film, it's a spoiler. And you don't want that. No.
Ah, okay. So to spoil, to ruin it,
Oh,
to
yes. So
kind
it
of
comes from the verb to spoil
spoil.
or to ruin. So I don't want
Okay,
to ruin
nice.
it for you. I don't want to spoil it for you. If you haven't watched it, check out
Okay,
Cast Away. Did you like the film, Kyle? Cast
really
Away?
good film. Really good film.
Yeah.
I did, and my friends and I quote the film
Mm-hmm.
whenever one of us is like. So my friends and I we have group calls. We do group chats like on
Mm-hmm.
Messenger where we all video chat at the same time.
Cool.
And whenever one of us is leaving or
Hmm.
going away, we'll all just start shouting, "Wilson!" just like to get them to stop going away. So it's just kind of one of those funny things.
Yeah.
Yeah, either that or we'll just start singing a song
Hmm.
like "If You Leave Me Now." We'll just start singing that song, and we're like, please don't go." I
Oh,
don't know why. We're quite a strange group of people, but it's fun.
oh, that's nice. That sounds fun. You've got a fun group there.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so guys, we want you to answer these questions as well. So Katerina has very well done very well and written the questions. We want you
Mm-hmm.
guys to answer the questions as well. So what was the last film you saw? Who did you see
Yeah.
it with? Where, when, and what was your opinion? Oh, Katerina's got a nice point here. For me, one of the most interesting films is The Pianist by Roman Polanski. Very good film. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic film, Katerina. Yeah. It's about the Second World War seen with the eyes of a Jewish player who survives by the occupation. Ah, okay.
Mm.
So, very, very good. Yeah. So, just a couple of things there, Katerina. We would say it's about the Second World War seen not with the eyes, but seen through the eyes of a Jewish piano player who survives the occupation in Poland. But yeah, very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Pianist, also another very famous film, received a lot of awards and regard throughout the film industry. Have you
Yes.
ever seen The Pianist, Anika?
I think I have. I can't remember much of it. I think it was so long ago. I kind of
Mm.
lost it. But then the Second World War reminds me of the film Life is Beautiful. Have you seen that?
Ah.
That was
I can't think. I don't think I have actually.
oh, it's amazing. There was Roberto Benigni there, and it was about this his struggles with his little son when they were
Okay.
trapped in a concentration camp. So
Oh
that film
no.
was very emotional. So it will make you cry and it will make you laugh at the same time. So it's
Okay,
originally
because
an
I heard
Italian
the name Roberto Benini, and I
film.
kind of was assuming, yeah, Roberto Benini. He's a comedian, no? I was like,
Yeah.
what is he doing in a serious film?
Oh, you may want to write that down. Life is Beautiful is amazing.
Okay, okay. That one's
So,
going on the list. My already massive list of movies that I still need to watch.
oh,
I have so many suggestions and ideas to watch.
oh, you're gonna make it these days.
Okay, okay. All right. Fantastic, guys. So, anyone else? I know we have what, 5 people watching now, so it's not just Katarina anymore. So, guys, please
Hmm.
let us know. Tell us your name, and talk to us about the last film that you saw.
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Certainly,
Yep.
watching Atlantis for me brought back a lot of good memories. I think a lot of good memories of my childhood, and it was it kind of piqued my interest in history as well. I started to kind of do a bit of research on different kind of mythologies and
Mm-hmm.
historical things. So um,
Oh, cool.
I became a lot more interested in that kind of stuff.
Nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
some films that really inspire you to do more research about things. You get to learn a lot
Yeah,
sometimes.
absolutely, absolutely. So we're waiting for the comments to come through. We move on to the next one. So here, guys, we can see correct the correct beginning of the questions. Anyway, what was the last film you saw? Who did you see it with? Where did you see it? When did you see it? When did you watch it? What did you think? So one of
Mm.
these things, guys, about films, and something that is quite common mistakes that are made is the difference between and see. So there is a difference between these two. There's a difference in Italian as well, for starters.
Hmm.
Um, see is kind of, it's more used moment. So I see
Hmm.
on my street,
Um,
right?
I'm sorry, are you
I can
still on the
see.
same slide, Cathal?
Yeah, yeah. I'm still just on watching films.
Oh, okay. Okay, sure.
Yeah. So see is like I can see Anika now because I can see her on through the camera, right? But
Yeah.
watch is more for like a concentration. So you watch, you focus on the screen. Okay. So see is more like in a moment. Watch is a longer period of time, like focus. Um. So yeah, we'd say you watch a film, but again, I know it's strange because we say the last film that I saw is also correct. In kind of after it is like, have you seen this? Have you did you see that? This is the correct way to answer. The correct way to ask and answer. But when we're talking about now, it's like I am watching a film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. So just something that I find a little difficulty with at
Yeah.
times. Well,
It's a common question among students.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. All right, now we are going to have a look at some film. Now, I never pronounced this word correctly, but it's because it's kind of like
Genre?
French in our yeah, yeah. So I always try to put on like my best French accent, you know, so like my film genre, you know. Oh, gotta like
Yeah.
pretend I'm standing in front of the Eiffel Tower and just going ho 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 genre.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So, what is your favorite film now? Is the new question that we're asking. What is your favorite film and why do you like it? What is your least favorite film and why don't you like it? So, maybe the least favorite film is again a strange one to ask because I don't know if I have a least favorite film, but I do have a favorite film. And while we're talking about genres, what is a film genre, Anika?
So a genre of film is the type or the category of film that it falls under. So certainly, uh, Titanic is not the same genre of film as probably not the same as Frozen.
Oh yeah.
So that's a different type of films. So
So we can use genre to talk about like music as well, right?
Yeah, so you have rock music, you have rap music, classical music, and so on. So those are different
Okay, okay.
genres. So what kind of genres can you think of about films?
Mm, yeah, maybe
Yeah,
you guys can tell us.
you guys can tell us. Yeah.
While we're waiting, maybe do you want to answer the question what your favorite film is, Anika?
Sure. These are really hard questions for me, to be honest, because I like so many different films and so many
Yeah.
genres of films. It's hard to just pick just one. And
Okay.
if I have to pick anything at all, I would pick the genre of film that's, I don't know what you would call this genre, like the ones with a really strange plot where you don't know what's happening until the end, and then you have to go back and
Oh,
watch it again, and then you go, aha, that's what's happening. So films like
okay.
Inception or Butterfly Effect, when it has a really big,
Ah,
yeah, films with a plot twist,
okay.
like makes you think a lot. So maybe
All right.
Inception or Butterfly Effect are really some of my favorites. My least favorite film would be that's a really hard one. I don't think I have a least favorite, but something that doesn't have a good plot. I mean, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
look like it's going anywhere. Then that would be my least favorite. So,
Yeah.
what about
Yeah.
you, Cathal?
Well, my favorite film, like you said, it is difficult to choose just
Yeah.
one because there are so many really great films that I do enjoy. And again, it kind of depends on what I want to watch because sometimes I love watching superhero films because I'm a huge nerd, so I love watching superhero films.
Hmm.
Um, so like stuff like Avengers or any of those Marvel
I think we lost you, Carl.
films or like
Hello. We apologize for the technical problem, guys. It looks like we may have lost Cathal for a bit. Can you hear me, Cathal?
what I like to watch. I do like more movies as well. Like this, oh god, what's it called? I can't remember the movie. It's me.
Hmm.
Can you? Hello,
Hello?
hello. Can you
Yeah, I think we lost you for a bit.
hear?
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
I lost you for a bit, Cathal. I think there's a problem with the connection.
okay. I was going off on a big rant about my films, and the internet just cut me off.
Oh,
They
I'm
were like,
sorry. I was really
"Should stop.
curious, but
Should
then I
stop
couldn't catch.
talking."
Oh.
No, no, I was just talking about the superhero films that I'm a big fan of those, and well, like it also depends though because I do like watching thriller kind of movies. I guess one of my favorite films is a kind of mixture
Mhm.
of both of them because it's called Captain America, Winter Soldier, and it's like a thriller, and you're not really sure what's going on in the film, but
Oh,
it's also got
wow.
that superhero element, which I really enjoy. So yeah, I think that one would probably it would have to be my favorite film at the moment.
Oh, I love those kind of
Uh,
movies.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. Oh, here we
Yeah.
have Andre. They're saying his favorite film is action and war.
Hmm.
Nice, nice, very good.
Action
So
and
yeah, these
war.
are different genres of films here for sure.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, there are some really good ones. Like I really like Blood Diamond. Have you ever seen that, Carl?
Ooh, I haven't seen it. I've heard lots about it though.
That's a really good action and war, in my opinion. I'm sure there are many, many others. So
Yeah,
anything specific, Andrew, that you want to mention?
yeah. Is there any specific film? Because when we say like my favorite film, you need to talk about the specific title, like the name of the film. So you could say my favorite genres are action and war. But in terms of the actual film itself, we need a name.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, there's some genres that a lot of people don't like. For example, horror, but I kind of enjoy horror as long as it has a really good plot. I love
Okay.
horror films. Not the really
Ah,
common ones with nothing original in it, but the ones that are a little unique. I
okay.
do.
Okay.
Do you like horror films, Kyle?
I am not a fan of horror films. I'm gonna admit that now. I'm a big wuss. I'm a big scaredy cat. I don't like watching them. It just makes me feel really uncomfortable. And
Oh.
like if I watch it, I'm just like, oh, I want to leave or turn it off. Okay, I'm gonna go away.
Aw.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I just like because as well as that, like not only do I get a little bit afraid of them, but also
Mhm.
the fact that like some things that people do in horror films, I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, why would you go into that room? I don't understand. Like, there's
You know,
clearly a noise coming from that room. Okay, let's go investigate. No, do not investigate. Run away as far as you can.
yeah, yeah.
I just,
Ooh, that's a good one. Mission Impossible. I love it. In specific.
yes.
Oh, Kill Bill is wonderful. I love Kill Bill.
Great film. Very gory film. Like, lots of like blood and guts and stuff. Okay. Okay, so we're getting a little insight into what Andre likes to watch there with all
Yeah.
the action. Nice. Very
There's
cool.
a
Very
lot.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look at some of the other genres that we have.
Hmm.
All right, here we go.
Oh, there
So
it is.
we have, yeah, we have fantasy, romance, action, comedy, western,
Hmm.
animation, musical, horror, science fiction, documentary. Now, these are just some of them. There are obviously more genres than this, but these are kind of the main ones, the most common
Hmm.
ones. I guess you could throw in there, like we mentioned before, a thriller,
Hmm.
like when you're not sure what's happening,
Yeah.
which is always very good. Can you think of any other ones, Anika? Any other film genres?
Um, well, I could think of a combination of romantic comedies, like a
Ah,
combination of
there you
romance
go.
and comedies, like rom-coms.
Yes,
Um,
rom-coms
what else?
are like those kind of romantic films. Are we have a phrase that we for those
Hmm.
kind of films, and we call it a chick flick.
Chick flicks, yeah, chick flicks.
So
I love those sometimes. I mean, I like all
so
genres of
chick
movies,
is
to be
a kind of yeah, it's a kind of like a movie. Chick is like the colloquial term for a woman, and flick is a colloquial term for a movie. And so a chick flick is a movie that's kind of not based on, but targeted at ladies. They think that ladies will generally like them.
some people might define it as a bit cheesy, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, super cheesy. I always like the boy meets girl, girl likes boy, boy does not like girl.
oh,
Then girl and boy go out, and it's like ah.
yeah. And then there's a
Fireworks.
twist, and at the end, it's like always happy to get together.
Happy ever after. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Andre here saying he loves Harry Potter and fantasy. Hmm.
Oh, I love Harry Potter. I love the books more than the
Okay.
films, to be honest, but
Yeah.
they've done a
Yeah.
really good job.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Andre, as you can see there, chick flick is a cheesy romantic comedy, or just a cheesy romantic film that's aimed at women. But yeah, like in the same sense, there's lots of films that are aimed at guys as well, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
we have a term for films that are aimed at men. They're just kind of, I guess, the um, bang bang, shooty shoot, all that sort of
Oh,
stuff.
women
Also,
can watch them
the
too. It's for everybody, I guess.
oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, and chick flicks are for guys too. Like it's not just for women.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of
Yeah.
guys that I've met over the years, they love watching
Sure.
chick flicks. Now I don't know whether that was just because their girlfriend liked watching them or not, but
Yeah.
possibly for other reasons. But yeah, no, it's
Oh, I know a
they're
guy
enjoyable
who's
for
crazy
everyone.
for chick flicks. I know a guy who
Oh
will cry
yeah.
at movies, yeah, which will cry at like
It
romantic
was
scenes.
definitely me. It was absolutely me. It was definitely me.
Really? Oh, nice.
Well, no, it's good. It's good.
Good
Of
call.
all these genres, so you did you say which one was your favorite genre out of all these,
Me?
Anika?
Well, I don't have a favorite because for me, it depends on the plot itself. But I
Okay.
tend to watch a lot of fantasy films. And I don't tend to watch a lot of fantasy film, but most of my favorites would be either fantasy or animation. And some
Oh,
really,
okay.
really good ones would be horror.
Okay.
What
Okay.
about you, Carl? Any
Nice.
favorite genre of films?
So like I said, the superhero ones, which I guess would fit
Oh,
into
yes.
science
Mhm.
fiction,
Mhm.
but also a favorite of mine, it definitely would be musicals as well. Um,
Really?
yes, and
Nice.
oh my God, speaking of musicals and Disney Plus and all that, I
Mhm.
watched an old film called High School Musical the other
Oh,
day,
I
and
know.
it brought back so many memories. And I was in my room
Mhm.
dancing away to the music. I was like, yes, this is great.
Oh, I remember.
So
Those are
yeah.
really good. They've got how many parts now? Like five or something, right?
What? I don't know. I think
I love
there's
that.
three films, there's three original films, and then there's a I think there's a TV series being made at the moment as well.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very great films. I love the music in it. Love the music. Oh,
Yeah.
Katharina here has given her favorite. Nice.
Hmm. So her favorite genre is thriller. In general, the suspense, the spelling is Sunpense, is an interesting way to attract the attention of the audience. Yeah, it's very engaging,
Mm,
very gripping. Like it just once you do, will keep watching.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Some
it
TV
just yeah,
series are
it
real
holds you
that are thrillers are really good as well. Like
for sure.
they end every episode with some like really engaging scene, and that makes you wanting more, keeps you wanting more.
Yes, so that engaging scene that, say, for example, it the movie or the TV episode, it finishes, but it
Hmm.
finishes at a point where you're you want to continue watching, and maybe the plot has not been resolved.
Hmm.
We call this in English, we call this a cliffhanger. So
Okay.
when you're kind of on the edge of your seat and you want to watch more.
Yeah. I think we lost you again, Cathal.
And
So yeah.
the writers.
Okay, we apologize for the sound problems, the connection problems. So, as Cathal was saying, a cliffhanger is when the part of the film that keeps you wanting more. You want to know what happens next. So, yeah, that's how you spell cliffhanger. Great. And so, if anyone else is watching, please let us know about your favorite genre of film or your specific favorite film, a title of it. Um, okay, so oops, I think we lost Cathal, unfortunately. I'm going to reshare the slides here while we were waiting for you guys. Oh, we have another comment here from Katerina. We're going to go ahead one moment. Okay, great. Katerina here says, I don't like very much fantasy films, So very much is usually at the end of the sentence. So you're gonna say, I don't like fantasy films very much. I think Harry Potter is interesting, but the first episodes and chapters of books are more exciting than the later ones. Yeah, so the first chapters of the book, so episodes are used only for TV series. Like one episode is when one part finishes. That's an episode. So the first chapters are, or the first books are more interesting and exciting than the later ones. However, I prefer the books. Me too, Katarina. I really prefer the books over the film Harry Potter. Great.
All right,
So
hello. Can you hear me again?
yes, I can hear you again. Can you?
Oh God, I don't know what happened there. Sorry.
Oh,
Yes, I'm back. I'm back. My internet is not being kind today. I just came into the end there, like listening to Katarina's point about Harry Potter.
mm,
Um, I think when you're talking about episodes for TV shows, so you probably just say movies instead of so the first movies of Harry Potter and the first books in the series because
mm,
the first chapter is like the section of a book, and episodes are parts of a TV series.
mm.
So yeah, sorry, Andre. The cliffhanger is the part of a movie or TV show where you are left waiting for something to happen, but you have to wait until the next movie or the next episode in order to watch it.
Mm. Yeah, it makes you very curious about what happens
Yeah,
next.
exactly. So let's go on to the next part, which is yes. So
Oh,
some
that's me.
more vocabulary here.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so I shared the slides again, Cal. So maybe I've just changed it to the next
Oh,
slide.
I have them. Okay,
Yeah.
my
So
bad, my bad.
character setting and plot. So as we have mentioned before, a plot of the movie is the story of the movie, how things go.
Hmm.
So do you think so we have left? Do you think we should do this slide or you wanted to go ahead with something else?
Nah, this one's okay.
This was okay. All right. So let's talk about it. So there's some questions here we're going to discuss. Can I ask Hal to read them out for pronunciation?
Yes, if my internet holds up, I should be able to do this. So we have the first one.
Minutes.
Who are the main actors?
Mhm.
Uh, which character did he or she play? The hero, the villain, the sidekick? Where or when does the film take place? And what is the plot? So these questions, in particular, the first two questions are very important, guys, because I often find that people get confused between actor and
Mhm.
character. So the actor is
Oh.
the profession, it's the job. So George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Lawrence, all these people. These guys are all actors. So the characters are the people in the film. So, for example, um, let's say Tom Hanks. So Tom Hanks is the actor in Castaway, but
Mhm.
the character, his name is I can't remember actually what his name is
Can't
in the
remember
in the
his name
movie.
either. Hmm.
But
Like other
but
character in an animation film would be like Elsa in Frozen,
yes, exactly. So
or
Elsa in Frozen is the character.
or in Titanic, Rose and Jack are characters.
Yes, yeah, because Leonardo DiCaprio is the actor, but
Hmm.
character.
Yes. Oh, I love that film. I cry every time. All right. So If you have any favorite actors or favorite characters, please let us know. Okay.
Exactly.
So, do you have any favorite characters or actors, Gal?
So I mentioned George Clooney there, and he's one of my favorite actors. Um, also Matt Damon as well. I really like Matt Damon,
Mm-hmm.
particularly in the Jason Bourne films. Those I really enjoy watching the Jason Bourne films. Very exciting.
Cool, cool. Mm, all right, so
And what
there's
about
some different
you?
parts. Well, as for me, I think I've got many favorite actors or actresses. I
Hmm.
really like Kate Winslet, and I really like Julia Roberts. I think
Ah, yes.
their acting is really nice. They've got really good talents. Yeah.
Mm, nice.
So I think there could be some difficult words in the second question. For example, which character did he or she play? The hero, the villain, the sidekick. So so the hero of the film is basically the protagonist of the film, someone who saves the day, or someone who is uh, who the whole story revolves around. And
Hmm.
oh, we have a comment from Andrew here. My favorite actor is DiCaprio. I think he acts very well. He acts well. I agree.
Nice. Very,
And
very
he
good actor.
finally won the Oscar, didn't he?
Yeah, finally. God, after so
Yeah.
long.
But he deserved it for so long, for so many films.
Exactly.
So you want to take the next two words, villain and sidekick, Kyle? Maybe.
Yeah, so as you said, the hero is the protagonist, the person who saves the day. The film is about them usually. So, for example, Katarina mentioned Harry Potter. Andre, you love Harry Potter, I heard as well. um, so Harry is the hero, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The villain is um, the person who is against the hero. So
Mm-hmm.
the antagonist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would say in Harry Potter, the villain is Voldemort, and then the sidekick. The sidekick is like the hero's best friend or the hero's assistant, the person
Mm-hmm.
who helps the hero on their journey. So
Mm-hmm.
Harry's sidekick is Ron, I guess. Ron and Hermione are his sidekicks, even
Yeah.
though they're very strong characters anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure.
okay.
Okay. So Andrew has another comment here. Forrest Gump. I love Forrest Gump as well.
Very nice, very nice. So yeah, favorite character for me, Forrest Gump. So Tom Hanks is the actor,
Mm-hmm.
Andrew. So just be careful. So Tom Hanks is the actor, and
Mm-hmm.
he plays Forrest Gump.
Mm-hmm.
So the actor plays the character. And so yeah, as we said, Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. He's also in Castaway. Um, he does the voice of Woody in Toy Story as well, which I could not believe. I found it very
Really?
strange. Yeah, I thought that was very cool.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
But yeah. So guys, unfortunately, we've just about run out of time on our webinar for today.
Mm-hmm.
I apologize on my behalf for all the technical difficulties that I had. Um, so
Oh,
I think. Oh, sorry, Andrew's got one question. The
yeah.
sidekick is like the best friend or the assistant to the hero, the person who helps the hero on their journey. So I hope
Yeah.
that's a bit more clear. But thank you, Andre and Katerina, both of you for participating and asking questions and getting involved. It was great to hear from you.
Yeah.
Anika, you can finish off.
Yeah, so thank you guys. We always love your comments and your participation. It makes our webinars more fun and engaging. So have a great day and
Mm,
hope to see you guys soon. We have
all
webinars going
right.
on every day. So keep checking out for the next ones.
All right. Bye, guys. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.